Hey, my name is Chad.
And my name is Casey.
And on this channel, we like to make stuff.
And on today's video, we will be unboxing and reviewing the Chopstick Master from Bridge City Toolworks.
You might recall earlier this year when my other son Bennett and I did an unboxing and review of the Pencil Precision 1 pencil making kit, also from Bridge City Toolworks. Today, we are going to be doing a review for a chopstick making kit. Because Casey, he loves sushi.
And so do you.
That's right. So, let's get right into it.
Alright. So we did not open this box yet, so I have no idea what it's going to look like.
It did come in plastic wrap. I did take that off.
Alright.
Oh, the suspense.
It's so...
So the box itself is made of cardboard, but it's very stout cardboard, and it's covered in this black paper with the print on it. That's silver embossed chopsticks right there, and silver embossed lettering. Okay.
That looks very similar to the pencil making kit.
Yeah, the pencil making kit was definitely made of the same aluminum powder coated material with the same like purples and reds, so this is really cool. So let's go ahead and pull out every little thing. So first you got some documentation there. So
horse brand electro-coated.
Oh, okay, so this is sandpaper, 400 grit sandpaper.
Okay.
I guess we'll need that.
And then there's some tools here.
Okay, some Allen wrenches, and it looks like a user manual. Okay, we'll definitely get into that off camera when we start to make it. So this first thing is coming out is a jig. Okay, so let's talk about the packaging real fast. This is some very dense foam, and it's got like a felt cover on top.
That
so this is
cool.
very, very fancy for a tool. Okay,
looks like it can be wall mounted.
No, that's
not wall mounted.
That's a brace that goes up against the table edge.
Oh.
So I think when you're pushing it away from you, this is a slide. This is like a sled or track that the this right here is I'm not sure how that works, but you've got the plane here, and these little walls drop down. This is just like the pencil kit, and it rides along this sled. Your chopstick blank's going to be right in there. All right, so we'll find out what this is. What else we got?
There's a small pencil.
Okay. They obviously don't know that we got the Pencil Precision 1, so we can make our own pencils.
And then two red clear.
Those are acrylic. Yeah, they just look like spacers or something. Okay, what else we got?
This, which looks like it's paint. Oh, it's an oil bottle.
Okay, so it's a food-safe oil bottle, I'm sure, for oiling up our finished product.
Wouldn't be very good if it wasn't. And okay, it's an empty bottle.
Okay, the bottle is empty. Please fill any food-grade oil into this bottle. Okay, that makes sense because you don't want this stuff leaking all over.
And then this thing.
Okay, we'll figure out what that's about. And then it looks like we got one more thing here.
Which is
okay, it's got rollers on it, and it's got a screw down here. We'll figure out what all this is when we get in the instructions. Okay, and then I'm sure we've got something underneath here because we got chopstick blanks.
Yep.
Okay, this is pretty interesting. So we got canvas bags for our finished chopsticks. And then
the actual chopsticks, or
okay,
pre-chopsticks themselves.
All right, looks like we've got some variety of wood to choose from. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Which is good because this is another thing that I can use up all my scrap wood that I accumulate that I'm afraid to throw away, because sometimes these boards are quite expensive pieces, and I already milled up some blanks. Where did I put those? Yeah, they're over here. I already milled up some blanks that we could use out of maple and walnut. So we might use those, or we might just dive into what they sent and save these for later. Okay, so off camera we went over the instructions, and we made a practice chopstick with one of the walnut pieces that I milled out before we started this. Came out pretty good. Now we know exactly what we're doing, right?
100%.
So let's go over the things that came with the kit. First of all, these 4 things, actually 5 things here, are the main pieces that we're going to be using. This here is a jig that's going to hold our chopstick blanks. We're going to use these wedges to hold them in place. This is our block plane with a sled attached to it, and it's going to ride over the top of our chopstick blanks that are secured inside this to cut them down to a nice taper. This thing here we're going to use at the end. This is a honing guide for whenever you need to sharpen the blade in your block plane. And it's pretty handy. If you turn this over, you've got a very fine sandpaper for getting a nice edge on your blade. But it comes sharp out of the box, ready to go. And then of course it comes with our chopstick blank. So Casey, let's go ahead and pick our first chopsticks.
Alright, so I like this sort of orangish wood. Okay. So I will use those for
these are going to be your personal chopsticks?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take care of that one. All while you're doing that, go ahead and explain how to set it up.
Alright, so what you first want to do is you want to mark around in the middle, all 4 sides. Make sure you're flipping them in a single order.
That's just to keep track of where you're at during the cutting process?
No.
So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And then what?
So next, you want to, of course, line it up.
Line it up, but you want to place it in there diagonally.
Yeah.
With
so
the end.
There's a little stop right there. So.
And there's a stop at this end too.
So.
But you want the one facing.
Oh yeah. Next you take these little red translucent stops, and they're slightly slanted on one side, so you can slide it in, and it wants you to slide it in until it is firmly in. So that one doesn't actually go that far.
So we're wedging the blank in place by pushing them inward against each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So look here, we got a bend here. It's bowing up because it's in too tight, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
So if this is bowed up, then we're going to be cutting more off the top here. So let's see here. So we just got, okay, yeah, it wasn't fully seated at the front. Okay. Give it a good push in there.
Should we push this one back a bit?
Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Casey's going to put the block plane sled over the top. So the what do we call it? This is the arm. It's got a brace here that goes against your bench top. Okay, the other thing we have to do is make sure that this is on setting 1. Both of these are on setting 1. And then when we'll do sides 1 and 2. We'll cut this until it doesn't cut anymore, because you can see that the height of the blade is limited. And once 1 and 2 are done, we're going to roll it over to 3, and we're going to set these to setting 2. So go ahead, Casey.
All right.
Push it all the way through. Okay, back up and hit it again.
It's like it was stuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, looks like we hit a knot or something here. Here, let me see if I can push through it. There we go. Let me hit it one more time. Okay, one thing that we learned is you have to make sure that the blank is firmly seated, because if it starts riding up, then you're going to make it too thin and you're going to ruin the blank. There, that's better. Okay, I'll just finish up this side and give it back over to Casey. Okay, look, it stopped cutting, so we're good. All right, Casey, you go ahead and flip it over to side 2.
Okay. Oh yeah, that is in really tight.
Okay, hold on. Gotta push this one forward. Make sure it's firmly seated. Okay, side 2 is facing up.
Okay. Those curls add up fast. They build up fast.
All right, Casey, you got side 2 done. Now we're gonna flip it over to side 3.
Oh my god, that is in very tightly. Alright, yeah. So now that we're at side 3, we have, of course, tighten it all up again.
I think we need to adjust the setting first.
Yeah. No, you can do it with this on, I think.
Okay, so turn the knob to side 2, and now we reinstall our blank on side 3.
Nope. Probably better to do the other side first then.
Is the wedge facing the right way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
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 Alright, so that looks about done. And now we're on to the final side.
Of Chopstick 1.
Alright, so it's feeling like it's about done. Few areas over here that still needed it. Yeah, I think it's good now.
All right. So let's go ahead and get number 2 done off camera. All right, so it looks like we're wrapping up the taper for chopstick number 2. Next thing we're going to do is put the octagon tip on the 2, so we're going to do a little different process. So here we got perfectly square tip that's smaller here on the one end and bigger up here. There you go. Bigger at the top. So we're going to take the small end, and we got this gap cut out of the middle, and we're going to rest that right in here. And then, Casey, take it away from there.
All right.
So you're going to hold it back here with your free hand.
Yeah.
And you're just going to carve half down to the end. So push this all the way to the front.
Okay.
Okay.
And from about here, right?
Now you're going to take the top corner off. Give it some good downward pressure.
Like.
Okay, now you're going to rotate it.
So
and repeat.
About here.
All right, so that's what we get. Okay, so Casey's going to go ahead and do the other one, and then we got one final step, and that's to put the decorative tip on the top, the finial. And that's a pretty cool process to go for it, Casey.
All right.
All right, so now that Casey's got his 2 tapered and octagon chopsticks, we're going to put the decorative finial on the top, which is a little pyramid thing that gets carved out of the top. And that's where we're going to use this bar with a depth stop. And to do that, we're going to turn our arm over upside down and then screw it in right here. Okay, and then turn it back over. So we're going to take our first chopstick and put it in this slot right here until it hits the depth stop that's already set up, and we're going to lock it down with the thumb screw here. You want me to go ahead and carve the first one, Casey?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to hit this at an angle on all 4 sides. Okay. So it carves off the first angle. We'll pull it out, turn it 90 degrees, tie it down, and repeat. Until it doesn't cut anymore. Repeat. 2 more times. And last time. So we got both the finials on the ends of the chopsticks, and they look pretty good, as you can see. So now we're going to use the sandpaper that came with the kit, clean these up a little bit, because they've still got some tooling marks on it. So I'm going to put the sandpaper down on the table that came with the kit, and just going to rub these back and forth until they look good. And after that, we're going to put some oil on them, and we'll be done. Alright, Casey, so we were able to make about 3 sets of chopsticks. Yeah. Each one took about 15 minutes, so not too bad. That includes the sanding part and then the oiling. So we'll let the oil cure overnight. And tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Yep. So I think it would be fitting for us to go to a sushi restaurant tomorrow afternoon for lunch and test these out. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like that idea.
Okay. So what did you think about the whole setup and the whole kit?
I think the whole thing is really satisfying. Obviously creating anything of your own in itself is satisfying, but also
Making curls.
yeah, the curls. It produces so many curls, and watching them curl up as you kind of move this little device over.
The block plane.
Yeah. Moving it over and watching the curls form is super satisfying.
Did you learn anything?
Nuts are more frustrating than they look like.
Oh yeah, the grain goes in different ways when you face the wood in different directions. So you want to go with the grain as you cut it. So that's something you can learn. But when you're cutting something on all four sides, you kind of got to deal with going against the grain at times. So let's go have some sushi tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching us make chopsticks
And eat sushi.
and eat sushi. If you like this kind of content, you know what to do. I've got a lot more planned for the coming new year.